Hi there, JJ here. I know I'm really behind with these videos, but I just wanted to get the rest of my season out, so yeah. I sped this fight up to 2 times speed because I've done it a million times, and we weren't able to send Blade because of, I don't know, something, so therefore I'm taking it again. This isn't my cleanest one, but it's a fine one. It's a really stupid fight. The fact that Dark Pheonix is able to be placed here is just frustrating, but I got the solo. I'm not really that worried. Just building up my charges and my overdrive and healing from the things. Then I'm just trying to, keep the Novas off me. Pretty simple. I've done this a bunch of times. My best ever was 90% finish, or like 96% finish with like 2 minutes. But here it's going way slower, and I have a lot less health, but I know it's fine. It's just going to cost me potions. Anyways, this war, I get beat up by Cassandra Nova a lot. So, yeah, you're going to be able to see that. And, yeah, so I throw my SP2. She's at 11%. I'm going to hit her a bunch. We're just going to get her down to mortality soon. I throw my SP1. I'm just going to back off, then throw the relic to kill her. So, yeah. And the fight around 55% health. But, you can't really ask for more. Next up, I have this Attuma. I'm taking this with Dust. As long as you don't use power backs, you're fine because of the indestructible. So I'm going to use Dust here. I'm just going to build to a lot of sand and then throw my SP3. There's no such thing as too much sand, especially because I'm double immune to both hazards. And this is my only Dust fight, so I'm just going to be taking a lot of block damage, but I really don't mind because it's literally all about just building up the sand and the dust and all that. I don't really use Dust much, but she is really good. There I got special intercepted, but I know she's very good. I wish I could appreciate her more, but I just don't use her enough. Some people just like the heavy attack and then go right into the SP2, but I just prefer to build up as much sand as possible and then throw my SP3, because my SP3 costs 0 power. So there's no reason to not throw it, because then you're right in SP2 anyways, and it just does a lot of damage. Also, with the SP3 skip button, there literally is 0 downside. Anyways, he throws this, and I'm like, all right, after I purify this, I'm just going to throw it. So I'm at 99, and then he's already at 46% without any of the specials, so this gets him low. He throws this SP2, which is kind of annoying, but I have the grit, so I bypass the unstoppable. I just do a few hits, and this SP2 does more than enough. So yeah, pretty easy fight. My only Dust fight. My Onslaught was on defense, so that's why I didn't use Onslaught there. But yeah, anyways, next up, I am taking Path 2 again. Shocker. I am taking a Yelena on 20 with Nefaria, and then I'm taking Cassandra Nova on node 29 with also Nefaria. Now, here, I know how to do this fight. I've done it a bunch. The main goal over here is to simply just use my debuffs to reverse her healing and kill her that way. There's not much else in terms of this fight. You want to stay in Ionic. There is the use it or lose it node, which does power drain you, but just keep an eye out for that. And most of the time you don't really need power unless you need to use your SP1 to get back into Ionic mode. And here I'm healing up, just in case I get hit. Don't want it to go wrong. The only way this fight really goes wrong is if you enter elimination mode early by eating an SP2 or something stupid. Anyways, I evade into a bunch of hits. One slightly frustrating thing is the endurance makes the decelerates fall off quickly, so it's less access to the spare, but it doesn't really matter. Here I trigger the first regen with my SP1. I'm going to do a bunch of hits while I'm at 0 charges to increase the vitality so that the regens are more potent so I can reverse them more. And I'm just getting more of my buildups up. Now I have 7. Now I feel safe to throw it. I throw it into block because there's no need to give her more power than she needs. There I double dash back, and she's starting to tick down. And I'm getting more debuff, so she ticks down more. And now I realize she's ticking down a lot. So I evade, I do a double dash back. Now I'm just baiting the special one and doing the double dash back as much as possible to reverse her regen. I need to get back to an SP1 because of the Ionic overdrive falling off, but I get back into it. Now I double dash back, and once again, she is falling. I only have 10 vitality, so I think I should hit her a lot to get my charges down, so every time I do an action, I increase the regen, but it really doesn't matter. She's dying very quickly. This is going to be around a minute, 10-second fight. Dashing back, and she dies. So pretty safe and easy fight. Next up, we have Cassandra Nova on node 29. And for this fight, you want to send a tactic champion with Odin's. But my planner, who is a British ginger, decided, well, instead of trying to actually organize a plan, I'm just going to be lazy and send JJ with Nefaria. And this does not go well. First of all, I don't play great, but also this is not a good matchup in general. Like, this is a tactic fight with stun immunity, so I can't even just parry my way out of the unstoppable, and I'm taking it with a non-tactic champion. And as far as decelerates don't counter the unstoppable because of the unstoppable being ability accuracy reduction immune. Either way, I still play this fight really badly. See here, I pushed it to SP2, which is fine, but the next time I push it to SP2, it's not going to be fine, as they're going to see. I'm going to do something pretty stupid. Here I throw an SP1 with no build-ups. What am I doing? I have 4 rages on me, then I go and hit, and yeah, so that's one of my indestructible boosts gone. Now she's unstoppable. I'm going to be out of my mode soon. She gains a bunch of power, so I go in, trying to get an evade off into a few hits, and then throw my SB1 to consume a few to try to get close back into my mode, but I'm not there yet. And then I just eat this SP2, and then it crits me and does a lot of damage, and yeah, I think I'm dead. I think the fight is pretty much over. I'm obviously not going to give up, but yeah, I think I'm done for. I do a few hits here, throw this into block, get some siphoning going. She's unstoppable because of the tactic, and I'm at 19%. We're already a minute in, and I've only done 17%. I think that it's doomed. It was just not a good assignment, and I played bad. And then, so I get an SB2 off here, but she parries it and then goes unstoppable. And then she punishes me, but Nefaria has really high resistances, so she's not doing that much damage. Then I can get some hits off into, I think I'm going to try to evade here into an SP1 because I wanted to get as many of my build-ups as possible. One thing about Nefaria that's most people don't know is that you really want to use your evade every opportunity you can because it definitely allows you to get more of your ionic charges. I mean, what are they called? Energy build-ups that you can consume. And in a matchup without regen or power gain, it's much harder to keep in your mode if you don't constantly evade. So that's why I'm waiting for my evade to go for an evade, do a few hits, and then I throw this SB1. And since I have 8, I'm going to consume all of them, get back into my mode. So this fight is going fine, but at this point I realize I could probably survive, but I'm worried about timing out because I have to wait out the unstoppable. So I'm maybe if I can one-tap her while she's charging, she won't punish me if she's unstoppable, but she does. She punishes me right away. So now I know not to do that. Here I dash in again, but it doesn't really matter because I have so much energy resistance, so the shocks aren't doing damage. And then I do the same thing again there, but I knew I had Mastery 1 to save me, so I consume some build-ups to go back into my mode. And we're 2 minutes left. She's at 37%, and I'm ever so slightly worried, especially because she goes unstoppable again. So now I'm thinking, okay, fine, so I should back up, go into an evade, into an SB2, or I should have thrown my SB2 there, because then she wouldn't have gone unstoppable, and it would have been, yeah, I actually don't know why I did that there. This is where the fight gets sketchy. Now I'm trapped in the corner, so I need a Dexter heavy in the corner a bunch, and I'm also going to do the thing where I not count tactic properly and throw the special into the unstoppable, and she just doesn't punish me. She probably wouldn't have killed me even if she did punish me, but it would have been scary still. And clock's running out now, and I'm still very slightly worried. I go for another evade, but she's unstoppable, and I don't realize it, and I hit her, and she punishes me, only with 1 hit, though. Nefaria's energy resistance is so strong. So, yeah, so I do the Dex again, and I can do a bunch of hits into my mode now. Now I want to kill her. So after this unstoppable, I'm going to try to get... So she throws the unstoppable while the special... she throws special while she's unstoppable, so now I know that after this I'm going to try to race to SP2 and kill her with that. It's going to be a while before she gets all the charges she needs to go unstoppable again. So I Dex this fully, and I realize, I'm going to have to go for one more cycle of SB1s. So I'm going to evade after this unstoppable into an SB1. And this is going to do decent damage. I have to push her past the bar of power before I do the SP1 so that she gains more build-ups for me to consume. Anyways, this is probably the last unstoppable. There's 45 seconds left. I know that this SP2 needs to do damage. So I Dex the heavy in the corner. I do a medium into a light, into an SP2, and she dies with 30 seconds left on the clock. So that was really scary. I never want to take that fight again. I hate Cassandra Nova. Yeah. Anyways, next up, I think I have node 37, I don't know. Yeah, it's a 4-minute fight. It was really long. Yeah, so next up I have node. This is 37, right? Yes. I'm going to be reversing his regen, and yeah, that's it. He's going to be purifying debuffs whenever he throws a special, which is definitely frustrating, but it's really not the end of the world if you play correctly. And this is definitely probably my easiest fight, because I counter the unstoppable with my decelerates and the regen. I'm just going to be able to reverse and siphon on my own. So yeah, I can't hit his block here. I think stuff goes south. I think maybe I beat like one SP2 or something. Yeah, so I parry that to get the energy bone, and then I throw this SB1 right before the root comes so that I'm pushed back. And he goes unstoppable, so I get rooted, which is fine. I'm not in my mode yet, so I'm just going to try to dex this in the root, which is chill. It's not a very tough animation, and I still don't have enough decelerate to shut it down because of his increased ability accuracy. So I get hit again, but once again, I'm not taking any damage because I'm Nefaria, and I'm just reversing his regen. I'm not really hitting him much. He's probably hit me more times than I've hit him this entire fight. He throws the SB2. One thing is that when he has his protection up, you're still able to regen reverse him because protection stops incoming damage from like sources that I'm dealing to him, or like maybe suicides. But regen reversal is a different type of red number. It's like a different type of classification, if that makes any sense. So you can regen reverse through protection nodes. Anyways, he's regen reversing. I'm going to go into my evade, and I don't want them to fall off, so I'm going to stay close. See, I'm baiting a heavy, do a hit, and hold block, and I'm trying to get the root on me so that he can just heavy into me. And yeah, so I'm just going to wait for him to heavy into me and build up more regens, and he's just going to die from reversing himself. So dex again, and I'm going to stay close, throw this SB2, and it's going to kill. So 3.5 minute fight. 1.5 minute fight. Pretty easy. Not much to worry about. And I think that takes us to the alt account. Yeah, so this was a war that we had to win, but we lost. And I think it was verse... I don't remember who it was verse. Yeah, so anyways, here's the alt. I'm taking this fight with the 6-star Prowler. Prowler does this fight very well, but if you get hit, you might die. So I play this fight almost perfectly, except for 1 second, and then I almost die. So anyways, I do the thing where I'm only hitting during bleed, and then I'm going to just hit him a bunch, and let my incinerates and everything else do the work. I use a combat regen to heal up some block damage and some of the rupture damage. So I put him close to a special, and I get my full analysis back. Here I'm just going to light whiff and try to wait out the rupture phase. I got lucky, he didn't punish me there. Go for another light whiff, and I'm going to try to parry heavy here. And I go for parry heavy, and I'm going to go for a full 5 combo into a SB2, and it's going to do decent damage. I didn't have ruptures before, so there wasn't like increased ruptures or anything. But this does fine damage, brings him down to like 60%. So yeah, I know it'll be good. I also got pretty bad RNG. This is a high sig Prowler, even though it's a 6-star, so I know next time I'll be able to have higher likelihood. And I can't even hit his block to back him up because that'll give him power, and you can only incinerate him when he's at 0 power. But here, I waited out, and I incinerate him, so I do some hits. And I know I'm going to have to probably bait one more special and apply another incinerate before I throw this next SP2 because the rupture phase is coming back, and that's what I do. So I try to bait this, taking his sweet time, and there he finally throws it. Now I'm going to try to parry into an heavy, into an SP2. That's the plan. And he's in bleed, and then I get hit, and he crits me 3 out of the 5 times. And I'm down to 30%, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate using 6 stars in war. It's so dangerous. But then he throws these specials, and I know that I'm fine because the armor ups expire during the power lock, so he has less specials. So now I'm just going to bait this last special. No need to risk anything unnecessary. He's in bleed. He's throwing random heavies into midair, and I'm just like, please just let me get out of this fight. He throws another one, so I'm just like, all right, I'm doing full 5 combo. Do a bunch of hits, bait the SB2, and then I'm going to kill him. I think I decided to hit his block. I don't know why. A parry to be safe or something. I got a rupture on me. But he dies. Took a long time. I got hit once, messed up for once, and yeah, it almost killed me. So that can most definitely be a scary fight. Next up, I have a fight that does not go well because, I don't know, I guess... yeah, so the thing is that he reduces, Atom reduces ability accuracy of stuns by 100%, and then he also, or parry mastery or whatever, and then he also, if he hits your block too much, he'll go unblockable. So it's really hard to get a heavy opening. First of all, I start off just eating a full combo, which is phenomenal. So yeah, here I probably could have heavied there. So then I have the shock on me, and I dex this, and I need to bait a heavy. But I probably should have baited heavy there, because now I'm not going to have any way to pause my stuff. If I hit him or hit his block or make contact once, he's getting that sovereignty buff. So now can't do any of that. So I throw this into his block. Pretty unnecessary in my opinion. I probably just hit him, got the shocks on me, so I could have increased. And see, there he goes unblockable. So he throws this, it's unblockable. I managed to dex it, but I don't punish, which I should have. And now I know I can freely bait a heavy. So that's what I'm going to do, and I punish it. And I don't get any poisons on me, which is pretty lucky. And now that if I do a few hits into my SB2, it should be fine. But now there's a chance of him doing too many hits, and he dexes my heavy attack, and then I throw him SB2. So yeah, that's just annoying, and then he doesn't dash in for me to save degen, so I have to do it all over again. And I'm just like really frustrated right now. There I get very lucky and get the shock on the one hit that I hit him. So he's gaining a lot of neuros right now. He's at 6, even though I've barely been hitting him. And here I'm just going to hit him a bunch during the shock phase into a relic, into a heavy attack to pause. Yeah, so I pause here. I bait this, then I think I'm going to hit him a bunch and throw an SP1 into block, and that's going to get rid of him. Or I think maybe I wait out the indestructible. Yeah, I hit his block a bunch. Bait this special. Hit him a few times. Or throw this into him. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just not playing this fight very good. I think I'm just letting the neuros take him out, or I throw this special one. He dies. It's been like a 2-minute fight. Super unnecessary, but that's what happens sometimes. Next up, I have still Path 9? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done these. Yeah, bringing rank 3 Bastion to war, which is kind of cool. Not Path 9, because Path 9, I think maybe Path 5? Yeah, Path 5. Yeah, these fights are not good. I don't play them well. So first up, we have this Destroyer, and I'm going to be taking it with Onslaught because there's Now You See Me, so there's a chance for me to be faltered, and I counter that with my Neuroshocks, and I don't know if I even go for an intercept. I think I just try to kill him through the protection. I don't fully know. This fight goes fine. This isn't the one that I'm worried about. So I start off with parry, do a bunch of hits, and then I bait a heavy attack, or I just throw a heavy attack while he's not stunned. I go for another heavy attack, then I do a full 5 combo into an SP1. Or what am I doing here? I do another combo into an SP1. Then I'm supposed to bait a heavy. And yeah, so I bait a heavy and I punish it. So yeah, everything's going according to plan. I need to bait this. I dex it. It's great. I probably could, what I should have done is intercept into a relic right away. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. I show this SP2 into protection. The Daunted definitely helps bypass some of the protection. I'm doing 17k per tick there. But it really doesn't matter. I just need to bait this heavy attack and he'll die because the SP1, but he gets faltered. And I barely managed to save the degens and then he dies here. So yeah, all is well. I can't say the same about the next fight, which is Onslaught versus Bullseye. Over here, bad stuff happens. I'm going to get hit a bunch and it's going to hurt me a lot. So maybe I could have used Bastion here to be safer. I really don't know. I feel like Onslaught's a very good counter, but like there's no healing or whatever. Onslaught's rank 4 is probably better to use him. So yeah, right off the bat I get hit by big stuff. So I get an intercept off, and then I do 2 lights here to get the extended pause, and then I throw the SP1, not the extended pause, the stun passive, which bypasses the evade, then I throw the SP1. So here I don't know why I tried to dex the SP1, but it does a lot of damage. And I don't recognize that the passive stun from Mighty Charge is not long enough for me to get a heavy attack, so I'm just getting hammered. And I'm like, oh god, I'm going to lose again, I'm going to sell again, and it's going to be bad. But no. I'm going to clutch it out right now. It doesn't look too great, especially after eating another SP1. So I'm going to throw my SP1 at the end of that heavy, in the middle of that heavy, because if I waited the whole thing out, he would have evaded the end of it. There I get a very nice intercept, and then I'm going to try to get a parry. So that was not the parry I wanted. I want a debuff so that I could hit him while the debuff was on to trigger the passive, which is longer, so I'm able to get a full heavy off. Either way, I get hit again, and I'm at like 3%. I'm just like, all right, get me out of here. Let me get a light intercept, which goes. I go for a relic. I go for a heavy, and I go from SP2, and he dies. So extremely scary fight. Not scary fight. It was a bad fight. It's not a scary fight, but like I played really bad, so I'm very happy that I didn't die there. Next up, I told you I was going to get whooped by Cassandra Nova this video. It happens again, right over here. This is Note 39 Cassandra Nova with a Bastion. You counter the evade with Pursuit. You counter the Unstoppable with your Tactic. But I was not really a fan of this fight because of the power gain. Because she's always going to be winning rich, get richer, even though I counter the buffs that give that to her. So I can't bait her SP3 because it does a lot of damage. So I invuln anyways, but I'm really worried about eating a lot of damage from the SP3. So yeah, in the beginning I'm doing very decent damage. I throw another heavy attack to get the Disintegrate up, and I lose my invuln. Not good. So I could have gone in there. I'm not sure what I was doing. She throws another SP1. I'm rooted now. I'm going to try to hit her a few times. Then go for a heavy. I'm going to bait a heavy. What am I doing? So I wait for her to finish the heavy. His heavy attack is very long. And now I'm going to try to let this happen. And then I dex out of it. And then I go in. And then I'm going to try to throw this heavy attack. And I want to get this SB1 off before... But she goes red. And she throws it. And I think I'm dead because there's a big burst of damage at the end. I skip it, and I'm not dead. I'm low, though. Throw this SP1, and it does a lot of damage, 40k per tick, and she dies. So yeah, that was the second time Cassandra Nova nearly cooked me, but once again, both times, I don't think those are great assignments. They're definitely way better options. Probably, Bastion should have Odin's if he goes there, for sure. But, planning is definitely much harder in a lower tier alliance where people have smaller rosters, so we have to work with what we've got. And last up, I think we just have either this Onslaught or that Weapon X. Yeah, this Onslaught. So, not this Onslaught, this Yelena with Onslaught. So, it's a pretty easy fight. You just want to not die. This fight can always go wrong. You can bring it to elimination mode, but it's always recoverable. You can just, dex parry in the root or something. So, yeah, she starts off being defensive, but I get a few hits in. I think go for an intercept here. And I just go for the combo finisher. I bait this SP1. Go back in for a bunch of hits, then I'm going to try to bait a heavy attack. Then I'm going to go back in because of the crushed. But she intercepts me, which is amazing. I love when the AI does that. I wasn't even a late dash, and she just flat out intercepted me. And yeah, so do I eat an SP2? We're about to find out. So I bait this SP2. Oh yeah, I eat it. Nice. So she goes into elimination mode early, which is chill. I fail the root there with my magnetisms, which is nice. And I'm thinking maybe I can get an SP2 off before the elimination mode, and yeah, I'm able to because I go into my relic, into a heavy, into an SB2, and yeah, it does a lot of damage. Now, there's no way to pause it, but I know that I'm able to go medium, or I went medium light there, but I throw my SB1, and that does a lot of damage, and it might even kill. Yeah, it kills. So, I could have just waited out the elimination mode and hit her block to remove it, but that works too. So yeah, this was War 11. Sorry for getting it out so late, but yeah, I'm fine with my performance. I obviously didn't play great in some of the matchups, but I feel like some of them I obviously wasn't really assigned the best attacker for the situation. Anyways, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.